I didn't grow by pushing harder. I grew when I stopped trying to prove I was enough. You see, for a long time, my motivation came from pressure. Pressure to perform, to heal faster, to become someone else. But pressure burns you out. It doesn't change you. This channel is about growing from worth, not urgency, choosing consistency over intensity, living with intention instead of fear. I'm sharing my real journey of growth and transformation, the slow progress, the mindset shift, the lessons that last. If you're ready to build motivation, develop a grounded growth mindset, and live more intentionally, you're in the right place. See, we live in a culture that glorifies fast results, quick wins, overnight success, instant transformation. But the fastest growth often costs the most. It burns you out, cuts corners, trades depth for speed. Real growth, it doesn't happen in sprints. It happens in repetition, in showing up when no one's watching, in choosing patience over pressure. Growth isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. Trust in the process long enough for it to actually change you. We rush because slowing down feels unsafe. When everything goes quiet, there's nothing left to distract us. Stillness brings up the emotions we've been avoiding, the disappointment we didn't process, the grief we postponed, the questions we keep pushing into later. But silence forces honesty. It shows us where we're misaligned, where we're tired instead of unmotivated, we're hurt instead of lazy, where we've been surviving instead of actually living. So we stay busy. We fill every gap with noise, movement, productivity, not because it's helping us grow, but because it keeps us from feeling. And we call that progress. But movement isn't the same as direction. And doing more doesn't mean we're becoming more. Real growth often starts the moment we stop running long enough to listen, long enough to tell ourselves the truth, and long enough to choose what actually matters next. If your nervous system is constantly activated, no amount of productivity will ever feel satisfying. Growth that ignores the body doesn't last. Slow growth gives your system time to catch up with your mind. That's why sustainable growth starts with identity, not outcomes. Instead of asking, am I there yet? Ask, am I acting like the person I'm becoming? Small aligned actions compound quietly over time. And instead of tracking results, track efforts. Results lag, effort is immediate. Pay attention to the days you showed up, the habits you honored, the moments you chose differently than before. This creates proof when motivation dips. You also have to normalize plateaus. Plateaus aren't failures. They're integrated phases. Your nervous system, mindset, and habits are adjusting to the changes you've already made. And finally, reduce comparison. Fast growth often looks impressive, but it's unstable. Slow growth doesn't always get attention, but it lasts. Progress isn't always visible. Sometimes progress looks like rest, boundaries, leaving what drains you, choosing peace over proving. That still counts. And when progress feels slow, stay close to your why. Reconnect with who you're doing this for and what staying the same would quietly cost you. Build reflection into the process. Check in with yourself each week. Ask, what felt slightly easier this week? What did I handle better than before? And trust compounding over urgency. Most lasting transformation are visible until they're undeniable. Slow growth is still growth, and often it's the kind that lasts. So before I close, I want to give you today's check-in. Simple daily practice I come back to when life feels heavy or rushed. Sit back, take a breath, ask yourself 3 things. No fixing, no judging. 1, what am I feeling right now? Just name it. 2, where am I moving from pressure in my life today? And 3, what's one small way I can move from worth instead? You don't need to solve everything, just notice. Growth starts with awareness. Slow growth isn't weak, it's intentional, and it lasts. Grow from worth, and everything else will follow. Reflection question. Where in your life are you still rushing the outcome instead of trusting the process?